The Garden of Eden. Where could it be today? What if the most mysterious place in human history was not a myth, but a real location, hidden in plain sight? A garden, not just of beauty, but of origin. A place where humanity began, where the first man opened his eyes, where the first woman took her breath, where innocence lived before everything changed. The Garden of Eden. For thousands of years, scholars, theologians, explorers, and historians have asked one question: where is it? Was it destroyed? Was it hidden? Or is it still here, waiting to be found? Tonight, we follow the clues. Not legends, not speculation alone, but geography, ancient texts, lost civilizations, and modern science. And by the end of this journey, you may realize something unsettling. We may have been looking at it all along. The story begins in one of the oldest texts known to humanity, the Book of Genesis. A description not of fantasy, but of a place, a real place with real geography. According to the text, Eden was not just a garden, it was a region, and within it, a garden planted by God. But here's where it gets interesting. The Bible gives us specific geographical markers. 4 rivers flowed out of Eden: Pishon, Gihon, Hiddekel, known today as the Tigris, and the Euphrates. 2 of these rivers still exist today, and that changes everything. Because suddenly, Eden is no longer just spiritual, it becomes traceable. Let's examine the rivers. The Tigris and Euphrates still flow through modern-day Iraq. This region is historically known as Mesopotamia, meaning the land between rivers. It is widely recognized as the cradle of civilization, the birthplace of writing, agriculture, and early human society. But could it also be the birthplace of humanity itself? Now here's the puzzle. The Bible describes one river splitting into 4, but today the Tigris and Euphrates do not originate from a single river. So what happened? Did the landscape change? Did ancient rivers disappear? Or are we missing something deeper? Modern science reveals something fascinating. Using satellite technology, researchers have discovered ancient dried riverbeds beneath deserts, invisible to the naked eye, but still etched into the earth. One such discovery points to a river that once flowed through Arabia. Some believe this could be the Pishon River. Another theory links the Gihon River to regions near Africa or the Nile. But here's the twist. What if the rivers we see today are not the same rivers described in Genesis? What if the flood, one of the most significant events in biblical history, completely reshaped the Earth's geography? If that's true, then Eden may not just be lost, it may be buried under a different world. The story of a global flood appears in multiple ancient cultures, not just the Bible. From Mesopotamian tablets to ancient civilizations across the world, all telling a similar story: a great flood that reset humanity. If such an event occurred, it would dramatically alter river paths, landscapes, entire ecosystems. Meaning, the Eden described before the flood may not match the world we see today. This leads to a powerful possibility. Eden is not gone. It is simply unrecognizable. Over the years, several locations have been proposed as Eden. Let's explore the most compelling ones. 1. Mesopotamia, modern-day Iraq. The strongest and widely accepted theory. Why? Because 2 of the 4 rivers still exist there. This region also aligns with early human civilization, but critics argue the river system doesn't fully match Genesis. 2. The Persian Gulf theory. Some researchers believe Eden is now underwater. During the Ice Age, sea levels were lower. The Persian Gulf may have once been fertile land, a perfect garden, now submerged. 3. Eastern Turkey. Some point to the headwaters of the Tigris and Euphrates, suggesting Eden was located near their source, closer to the mountains rather than the plains. 4. Africa theory. A minority theory suggests Eden was in Africa, possibly near the Nile. Given that humanity is believed to have originated there, this idea cannot be dismissed easily. 5. A lost civilization. And then there's the most mysterious theory of all. What if Eden was not just a location, but part of a lost advanced civilization? A place of harmony, knowledge, and divine presence, wiped out by catastrophe, leaving behind only fragments of memory, preserved in ancient texts. Some scholars argue that Eden is symbolic, a representation of innocence, not geography. But this raises a question. Why include specific rivers? Why mention real locations? Why give us clues if it was never meant to be found? Perhaps Eden is both, a real place and a deeper truth, a reminder of what humanity once was and what it lost. What if Eden was never meant to be rediscovered? What if its location is hidden not by accident, but by design? Or what if it still exists, but not in a way we expect, not as a garden of trees and rivers, but as something deeper, waiting to be understood? Because the greatest mystery is not just where is Eden, but what was it really? And more importantly, what did we lose when we left? If you enjoyed this journey into hidden history and unsolved mysteries, subscribe, because some stories were never meant to be forgotten.